Hello everyone, and welcome back to Voxel Tales. My name is Dan, and last time we transferred everything we own into a fancy new AE2 storage system. Today, the plan is to cut the cord and take this setup wireless. So we best crack on, hadn't we? To the warehouse! Okay, so I'd say if you were looking to go wireless, the smart money would go on making one of these wireless terminals to start with. So what do we need for that? An ME terminal, a dense energy cell, and a wireless receiver. Fair enough, doesn't sound too complicated. So a wireless receiver is a Fluix pearl, quartz fiber, and some iron. And a Fluix pearl is an ender pearl surrounded by Fluix crystals and Fluix dust. Okay. Oh, we are running very low on ender pearls. Duly noted. And of course we've got plenty of Fluix dust, but only one crystal. Brill. Guess I'll be off to the power station to make more. BRB. Do-do-do-do. Fluix crystal mixing song. Do-do-do-do-do. Much better. One whole stack. It's like I planned these things. And a one shiny purple Fluix pearl, if you please. Back at the warehouse, I grabbed a bit of quartz fiber and some iron and whipped us up a wireless receiver. Okay, so next up we need an ME terminal, which is an annihilation core, formation core, an illuminated panel, and a logic processor. I'm pretty sure I've got at least one of those cores already. Yep, got an annihilation core. Bonus. And a couple of illuminated panels. Double bonus. But no logic processor. We were doing so well. Nothing our inscriber and a little gold can't fix. Oh yeah, they need printed silicon as well. Which I also don't have. Good. Okay, so I need to smelt up some silicon and get the components inscribed. But before I do that, I need to fix something real quick. One moment. There, that ought to save me a lot of walking. When I reached the inscriber, I discovered that it was already loaded with redstone and printed silicon. Hello, what have we got here then? Not only that, but it turned out I had nearly a stack of printed silicon already made. Hey, winner is me! One inscribing session later, and I was back at the warehouse to make the formation core. And then I combined all the bits together to make an ME terminal, which just left us one dense energy cell away from a wireless terminal. And of course it needs 8 regular cells, because why wouldn't it? Alright, quartz glass, Fluix dust, and Certus quartz. So 8 glass and 32 of the other 2. Better get on with it. I didn't quite have enough Fluix dust, but a quick trip to the crusher fixed that right up. And a few seconds later, our energy cells were ready to go. Then the addition of a calculation processor gave us a dense cell. And with all our bits combined, we finally had a wireless terminal. Right, let's go get this thing charged up. And go. Oh. Okay, I mean, you say you're offline, but you're still doing the charging sparklies. Oh, and now you're 1% charged. 2%. Right, so this is going to take a while, I guess. I will see you in a bit. Oh, that was excruciating. I got that bored that I packed up all the other AE2 stuff. I'm going to hook it all back up at the warehouse, it doesn't need to be over here. There we go. I made a couple of iron chests, more for the aesthetic than anything. The next day I was checking the network power consumption and rummaging through the AE2 parts list when I stumbled upon something interesting. Hey up, there's a guide book. Well, not a book. Drive? Guide drive. We'll go with that. Crap, wrong button. Oh good, it's another one of those times when the thing exists but there's no crafting recipe. Well, you know what? We're having one anyway. Yep, because for the second time in 29 episodes, the crafting recipe is missing for something that should really have a crafting recipe, and I'm going to switch to creative mode and give myself that thing. I'm pretty sure I can learn to live with the shame. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, don't even worry about it. There's just a massive comprehensive guide drive built in. No crafting recipe for it though. Survival players can just figure everything out themselves or look it up online. They don't need a guide. Right, so the next thing I need is a wireless access point, and the recipe for it is like right there. It's all stuff you've seen before, so one sec. Alright. And I'll just pop it right there. Lovely job. Okay, now what? I've seen that thing before. That is a slot for a wireless booster, which is Certus Quartz, Fluix Dust, Ender Dust, and Iron. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any Ender Pearls left to grind up. I mean, not that I need a booster right away, right? So wireless terminal is unlinked. How do I link it? And to what? Okay, so I looked it up, and I need to make an ME security terminal, which looked quite expensive and grindy to produce. So I did the mature thing, and ignored my responsibilities entirely to go hunting for Endermen instead.
You're such a role model.
I know, right?
Not a good one, mind.
Oh, I know. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't exactly a fruitful venture. I even went to the Nether briefly looking for them, but I just ended up running afoul of an irate ghast. All in, I harvested a massive 0 Ender Pearls. But I did find a Mimic, though, which did drop a suspicious eye, which counts. Kinda. Would have been a pretty disappointing trip out if I'd not found these very angry legs.
Go away!
Ow.
Leave Doofus alone!
Ow! Is that a dragon?
Yes, Doofus am dragon. Scary dragon. You leave now. Ah!
Easy there, I don't want to hurt you.
You liar!
No, really, I just want to help you.
Ow!
Crap, it's the thorns too on my chest plate. Okay, big guy, I've backed away, I'm leaving you alone.
Doofus not believe.
No, really, I'm more interested in why there's an elevator pulley line down here.
Me not know what that is.
Suppose you don't really need to worry about it. Nice cave, by the way. How'd you get down here, anyway?
Master moved Doofus here with magic. Say he come back soon. He come back soon.
How long have you been down here?
Not long. 3, 4 years.
Years? I'm sorry to break it to you, but I don't think he's coming back. Seriously, I think we need to get you out of here.
Doofus okay. Master come get.
Don't you want to see, I don't know, anything besides this cave again?
Oh, no! You try trick Doofus. You try hurt with prickly armor.
Okay. You know what? Fine. Forget it. You want to stay down here in the dark like an idiot, then be my guest. Honestly, I don't even know why I bother trying to help sometimes.
You no help. Master warned Doofus. Say other people tricky.
Yep, and then he teleported you to a cave and abandoned you, but sure, I'm the bad guy here. But don't you worry about it, I'm gonna go. As soon as I've figured out what's going on with this elevator line, I'll be on my way and you'll never see me again. You can go back to whatever it is you do on your own all day. Waiting for a master that isn't coming back and living off zombies and spiders, I suppose. Oh, I know, you can play another exciting game of staring at the cave wall. That'll be fun. Not my problem anyway. Bet they're the one that called you Doofus as well. I can't just leave him here, can I? Yeah, Dan, this is a great idea. Taking off your armor and trying to mount an angry dragon. Nothing could go wrong. So, here's the deal.
No deal.
Would you listen for like 1 minute? No, screw it. Ugh. Ow! Ow! Ugh.
Oh, get off, Doofus!
I'm not getting off until you listen to me.
Ah.
All I'm saying is I'll get you out of here, take you somewhere nearby, above ground, with sun and proper food. Your master will have no trouble finding you, and you won't have to live in a cave. Ugh. Ow. Eek. Ah. Ow! Oh, that's not good.
You mean it? You no hurt Doofus?
Cross my heart.
Okay. Doofus waiting sun for master.
Alright, now we're talking. I'll need to go back to the surface to get this done, but I'll be back.
You really come back?
I promise I will come back. So I made a note on my map of where the dragon was, and went back to the surface to dig a hole big enough for him to fly out of. After a lot of digging, I finally got him out of there. Annoyingly, I stopped recording because digging a hole is boring, and then forgot to turn it on again when I was done. But as you can see, I flew him over to the warehouse until I get a better idea of where to keep him. I didn't think leaving a dragon flying around the village would go down very well with the villagers. But he seems happy enough. I mean, at least he's got room to fly around now. So with the dragon... Sorry, but I refuse to call him Doofus. Anyway, with him settling in, I went back to looking for Endermen and finally tracked one down. I immediately ran over to the grinder to make some ender dust. One dust, baby! That one dust was quickly traded up into 2 wireless boosters. Of course, without a security terminal, those boosters were useless to me, so I started working on making one, by first making 9 1K ME storage components, upgrading those into 3 4K storage components, and further upgrading those into a 16K storage component. Then I made a couple more annihilation cores, made the second ME terminal of this episode, and combined that with glass, fluix cables, iron and copper to make an ME chest. We now had everything we needed to make a security terminal and get our wireless terminal online. Okay, we'll set you up just here. Good. And then we'll put you in here and... yes, terminal linked. Oh yes, we have wireless access. But how far can we go with it? We've gone wireless, buddy.
I not know what that means.
It's a good thing, trust me. Wireless out of range. Well, that's not good. Nope. Come on. Really? Oh, there we go. Well, that's crap. So it'll need like 10 boosters just to get out the flipping door. What's the point? I'm gonna have to look into this, hang on. Alright, I've looked into it, pretty sure I know what we need to do. And to try to keep things moving along, I've made a few more inscribers so we don't have to keep swapping out plates. I've also set up the crystal growth chambers over here too, because we'll no doubt need more Certus crystals. And I've also made an extra ME drive because we were running low on storage space. See, Brain? I told you the system would get bigger. So it turns out that to make our wireless system actually practical to use, we need to make something called a quantum network bridge. This will let our terminal connect over infinite distance and across dimensions. And it also has the added benefit of having a brilliant name, so that's a bonus. It seems to use 3 components that all work together. A quantum ring surrounding a quantum link chamber that contains a quantum entangled singularity. The first 2 are fairly straightforward to make. The third, however, is very grindy to make, because of course it is. In order to use the bridge with our wireless terminal, we also need to upgrade it to a wireless crafting terminal, which is thankfully super easy and just needs us to add a crafting table and a calculation processor. Bosh. We're also going to need to install a quantum bridge card into the new terminal eventually, which is going to eat through the 7 more ender pearls I managed to get when I took a little break earlier. But for now, I want to focus on getting our hands on a singularity. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh well, we want this one. To get it, we're going to need to build a matter condenser, which seems straightforward enough, just glass, iron and a bit of fluix dust. I'll even build it with my new wireless crafting terminal, which lets me access my stuff wirelessly and craft things without a crafting table. And done. We'll just stick you on the wall for now. And set it to make singularities. And this is where things get grindy. Not only do I need to feed this thing over 250,000 items, I also need to make a 64K storage component so it can keep track of what I've fed it. Which needs 3 of the 16K ones I made earlier, which need 9 of the 4K ones, which means 27 1K components. So I better get on with it. Okay, progress. The 64K storage component is made. Which means it can go straight into the matter condenser and we can start feeding it items. And feed it items, I did. It ate every single piece of cobbled deep slate I had both in storage and the stuff I remembered I had in the grind cavern. That got us to over 107,000, so good start. Then it got all my soulstone cobble. And then all the netherrack. You get the idea. This went on for several hours, depleting all my bulk items and even involved a few chunk eater trips to the nether to make up the deficit. As I got tantalizingly close to fulfilling the item requirements, I assembled the 8 pieces of the quantum ring and the ME quantum link chamber in anticipation of installing the singularity. It was all coming together, and then... Alright, that should be about enough, and I've got enough dirt to make up whatever's left over. Infinite wireless, here we come. Is anyone else excited? I'm excited. Any second now. And... What? It didn't work. What? Where's my singularity? Yeah, it just bugged out and didn't work, and trust me, when I say the series nearly ended right there and then, I'm only half kidding. Are you flipping kidding me right now? Okay, so, after I calmed down, I did some research and discovered something that both filled me with hope and also topped up my rage bar again. It turns out that you can pump water directly into the matter condenser, which makes sense because water is matter. But it would have been nice to know that before I dumped 256,000 items into it.
You should have researched better.
F*** off. Anyway, after some faffing about, I got that working and we were back on track to making a singularity. Just had to be patient. Naturally, I connected a second water source to it to try and speed it along. I'm not sure if it did, but it made me feel better at least. This may take a while. To pass the time, I made one of those quantum bridge cards I mentioned earlier, and installed it in my wireless terminal for later. I also made something called an ME pattern provider, because by combining it with a display and an engineering processor, I could turn it into an ME pattern access terminal, which is a component in a further terminal upgrade. I'll look into what it does eventually. Patterns, I imagine. Oh, it's ready! We have a singularity! About flipping time. Behold, I hold in my hands the centre of a black hole. Just call me Super Dan. Or don't. Probably don't. Anyway, I'm going to bed, and in the morning I'm going to split this thing in two with my bare hands.
Really?
No, not really. I'm going to use explosives.
Oh.
So as I said, we're going to split the singularity this morning, but in the smallest way possible. To do that, we're going to use tiny TNT. It's like regular TNT, except for babies.
You don't think that's how that works?
It's dead easy to make, just Certus quartz dust and gunpowder. Aw, look at the little TNT. He made the small boom. So just in case we inadvertently rip a hole in the fabric of reality, it's probably for the best if we do this outside. Here's as good a place as any. And you. And you. Fire in the hole! Yes, look at that. Pair of quantum entangled singularities. So next we install the quantum ring. Put in a cable, but it won't connect until we install the quantum link chamber. There we go. Then we put one side of the singularity into the chamber. And we put the other side into our wireless crafting terminal. And that should be it. Yup. Yup. Let's try it somewhere further away. Station cannot be located. Now what?
Don't panic! Don't panic!
It turns out we just needed to have the storage system chunk loaded. Phew, crisis averted. I also installed a couple of extra solar panels to cope with the increased power drain on the system, as well as an energy cell power bank to ensure there's constant power even at night time. But with that sorted, we now had full access to our storage anytime, anywhere, including the Nether, which, let's be honest, is pretty fantastic all round. And that, folks, is where we're going to leave it for today. Sorry if this one's been a bit long, but I wanted to get storage sorted and done, so next time we can do something else. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, then help us grow by subscribing and leaving us a cheeky like or a comment below. I've been Dan, this has been Voxel Tales, and until next time remember, be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye guys.